Hello, y'all. It's 3:27 p.m. So I not long ago got off from work and trying to not reveal where I work at because of the online perps. So that's why I have the phone turned to the grass. So I had pretty much a borderline disaster morning, but everything turned out better later on. So they got some narcissistic abusers who are more cutthroat than others. And some of them, I guess, can have a little bit of compassion. And I guess it'd be fake and self-righteous, but some of them are really cutthroat on how to punish, ruin, and destroy you. So, I'm going to talk about what happened yesterday. So yesterday, it was raining. Fat raindrops yesterday morning. So I was going to walk to where I needed to go, and I had to go and buy me I couldn't find affordable pants, and the place was closed, and I still couldn't go into my locker yesterday. So then I went to go and buy something to eat. They had the girl at Starbucks that was very rude. Her name was Lauren. And so then, the moment I start the video, that's when there's a loud truck passing by. It was totally quiet. It was totally quiet for at least 20 minutes before I started the video. Yeah. He's riding through here. So, on purpose to distract me. So, so yesterday morning, I had to take an Uber because of the rain, and I was trying to walk a mile to the store and get me the clothes that would have been appropriate. Yeah, narcissistic abusers love that word, appropriate, for work, And so I didn't realize so then they had a guy that was a perp. I'm assuming he's African, and he had a car like Trisha, but it was a silver Hyundai Elantra with one brake light, and I had the same perp 2 days in a row. So and so when the gang stalker, when they're my Uber driver and they drive with one headlight and all that, I give them a 1 star and cite for illegal driving. That's what I freaking do. So, come on, damn birds. See this? And there were no. It was so quiet that there were no birds. So I'm sorry, I'm being distracted. So there were no birds. There was nothing before I started the video. So yesterday it was that African perp that I had him today and yesterday. Yesterday, he was the second Uber ride. And so then when I went to start work, I didn't realize I wasn't told, I didn't realize that it was an unpaid orientation. And so they had us watch a video for 30 minutes and do actual work for 2.5 hours, the other 2.5 hours. But the narcissistic boss, what she did was, I had no idea that I received an email that she sent. And so I came at 10 o'clock yesterday morning, because that's what I was told. At first, they said Monday at 10, and then the place was closed Monday, so I couldn't go. So then I was told to come yesterday at 10. So I didn't realize that I got an email saying that do not come at 10 o'clock and to come on Tuesday at 1 for orientation. I wasn't told to, so the main company, they, I guess the agency didn't know about the actual company's hours or something like that. So how you gonna get mad at me? But I heard that the gang stalkers delay your emails, and I heard that they read them before you do. But the target, I heard that they read your mail your emails before you do, and I heard that they read your physical mail before you do. And I wish I still had evidence of that, because when I was living in Los Angeles, I had to deal with open mail, like mail that was opened and then taped back up frequently. So I didn't even realize it was part of the targeting, but I don't want to get off topic though. So she got really freaking mad. And the moment she got mad that I didn't get her email, then later on, I finally found it buried somewhere. I finally found it. And I'm like, well, if I would have known that, I could have stayed in the hotel 5 hours more on Monday and checked out at regular time and just relaxed and chilled out, But then I came to the place where I go shower. That was closed due to equipment failure, which I didn't know till I got there. And so, I tried everything Monday in order to avoid having an emotional meltdown. So anyway, Monday they had another girl that was supposed to work with me. And yesterday, she came yesterday morning, and she was waiting like I did. And she came at 10 o'clock like I did. And so she kept on putting her feet and shoes in the seat. And me having OCD and stuff like that, was making me mad, because what if I might have to sit there, So then eventually she just got up and left. I don't even know. I was afraid. I'm like, oh no, did she try to say, oh, well, she keeps staring at me? Because perps do like annoying stuff that's your pet peeve on purpose. And then they give you the hate, anger look, like as if you're forbidden to look, knowing that they're doing whatever gets on your nerves, and expect you to not react or get mad, or they expect you to not look at them. So she got up and left and didn't even return. And so she didn't even work. She didn't do the orientation, or she didn't work yesterday or today. I feel like that's pretty fucked up, that they call it orientation and training or whatever, and it's unpaid. So today, I guess, was the first paid day to work. So yesterday I put my earbuds in my ears, because they had 3 coworkers that kept on clicking pins in my ear. So I tried whatever I could to avoid having a meltdown. And even though this is temporary, I try to work as many hours or trying to get in as many hours as possible. So I nearly had like a meltdown yesterday because of my ears. I mean, because of what they were doing. I knew they were perks. So, also, I almost forgot this. The lady whose name I was supposed to report to, the very second they opened the doors for the job to start, the lady threw up the devil horns at least twice. She was fake nice, but always throwing up the devil horns. So, then a third time she threw up the devil horns later on, and another time she had threw up the 666. You know, I see a red car that just arrived and parked nearby, getting out the car and everything. So then after that, they had a couple of the workers who were either clicking pins or throwing up satanic hand signs or whatever. And it's like, with that boss, everybody wanted to talk about how she's strict and no nonsense and all that. I'm like, fuck no, you ain't strict, you're not God. You're a narcissistic abuser. Who the fuck you think you are? You're just a damn human. You're not God to be glorified as strict and no nonsense and this. Go fuck yourself. You know, so I mean, I really hate when, I mean, people like that shouldn't even be in positions of power and authority. And for this to be so temporary, we got to be so perfect upon everything. You know, or one little mistake and the big boss gets really, really freaking mad. So then this morning, I had to leave the hotel room. I was trying to leave at 8:30, but I had leftover pork fried rice, which was barely any pork, barely any meat, and all that rice for $8.25. And so I had that left over. And yesterday I had a pork roll. I had a a pork egg roll yesterday too, in addition to, and then I had some leftover little chocolate peanut butter cups. That's the organic, natural brand version of Reese's. Not Reese's brand, but a different brand that's healthier than Reese's, but they're addictive. So, so then, like, after that, what else happened? So I had to wait until 9 o'clock for them to open up the hotel lobby. I didn't even realize they were restricted hours. There's all of a sudden traffic of people walking near me all at the same time. So so this morning they opened up the lobby at 9 o'clock at the hotel, and I wanted to make sure they got my key, my hotel room key. Because they had this guy, I mean, I trusted that he was whatever maintenance man or whatever, but due to this gang stalking, I wanted to make sure that they, the actual lobby people get it in their hands. You know, got the hotel room key in their hands so that there would be no trouble. So, so then, and they got some people standing across the field, like as if they're listening in. So this morning, that African perp came again, and I did a quick video on talking about what he did. And what he did, like he had, he was 6 minutes away, and then he accepted the ride and sat there for at least 10 minutes. And I'm sitting here struggling and fighting for him to come on, because you're going to sit there and try to make me late for work on purpose. But he was an obvious perp with strange, one brake light. Yeah, they got these perps listening in. I got to go somewhere else. So, oh wow, my voice sounds like echo over here. So, now I have to do more standing because I had to stand for all these hours. Now I have to stand. Those people they were listening in on me, so I had to get up and go somewhere else. So, sorry for the echo. So, now I'm hearing a loud pickup truck. Or no, a plane. Damn, I could have got everything I needed to say said. So, also, so he was trying to, set me up to be late on purpose. And then even after I hurried and rushed him, that Uber driver, after I hurried and rushed him, guess what he did? He waited about 5 or 10 more minutes. So I just barely made it to work in time. And so the place where, hold on. Yeah, I can't reveal where I'm at, but there's a perp walking with a red dress and black shoes. So, so the place where I go take my shower, I had to renew the membership today. And so the cashier admitted that it was empty nearly all morning until shortly before I came. And then there was a long ass freaking line of about 8 people in front of me waiting to pay to renew a membership. I'm like, fuck, man. I'm like, y'all really gonna set me up to being late. And one of them was wearing a red shirt. And so then I asked them, I said, I don't mean to do this to y'all. I said, I apologize. I'm sorry. And so I told them that I needed to, go right away to renew the membership. Like if I asked them, is it okay for me to cut the line? But otherwise I would have been patient and waited in line to pay, but was, that guys try to set me up to be late, and then all these people randomly, like they were trying to set me up to be late too, because that lady said it was empty all morning long, and then later on just heavy traffic everywhere, long lines and everything, so but I'm glad that they let me cut in front, and that probably was street theater to try to frighten me, so then I went and I couldn't find. It took a while for me. I didn't realize that the blue jeans that I had was dirty. So I had my black capri pants. They said I could wear these, but I can't wear the sweatpants. Oh, let me back up. Yesterday, the boss was I forgot what led me to tell her that I was homeless. So later on, at least she had compassion on my homeless situation, They got perps coming everywhere. Where y'all come from? It was empty. So she had compassion on my homeless situation. She had compassion on my homelessness situation and offered me something to eat and stuff. And I said, well, no, thank you. I let her know I just got my Social Security check. And so that was fine yesterday, and but also I forgot to tell y'all that when I got off work from the unpaid work day, there was a red Nissan Frontier that picked me up in an Uber, and he deliberately he had dirty seats in his truck, a red Nissan Frontier. I forgot what his name is, and he had the passenger seat pulled all the way to the back and didn't even have the courtesy or consideration to pull the seat up or even offer to do so. So yeah, so he had like a red Nissan Frontier, and he had a red Nissan Frontier, and he pretended to be fake nice, but was blasting loud country music. Didn't even Uber drivers, sometimes they don't even consider whether or not you want to listen to that music, and they just blast the music that they want very loud, and so the fact that he had me crunched up in the back, now they got these loud fake helicopters. So so come on, man. It's a loud fake helicopter in the sky flying close to over my head, and they have 3 lines of chemtrails near me too. Come on, man. They're slowing me up and holding me up from what I need to do. You hear that? So that the Uber driver perp in a red truck yesterday, what he did was he tried to he was trying to deliberately and on purpose drive off with my stuff and ignore me. And I was beating and banging on his truck. He didn't have any dents or nothing. But he got really mad at me, and he was trying to drive off on purpose with my shit, with my belongings. And I couldn't get all my stuff in one sitting. I had to go around on the other side, and he tried to drive off before. And he was trying to ignore me and then got an attitude and continued driving off and then got an attitude. So that made me really mad. So I gave him a bad rating saying driver impolite. So I forgot to tell that, and they might have a few other details that I forgot to say from yesterday. But then when I got to the hotel, they had a lady who looked like she was on drugs and bed bug infested, and she tried to bump into me on purpose. And but I went into my room and mostly stayed in my room, and I took a shower and um got dinner to eat. I While I was waiting on the orientation, worked on a short story, but I didn't publish it until later on. You know, and so then back to today, this morning everything was fine until at like I clocked in and everything was fine, and then they had the narcissistic boss that paired me up with the narcissistic know-it-all perp coworker who was throwing up devil horns and think she's perfect and all that. But I want to back up and say, just now, that black lady in the red dress, I had to pause the video because she walked over here and tried to start a conversation with me. I guess covertly letting me know that you know she started a fake friendly conversation, I guess, to let me know that she knows where I work at. And I had to pause it, and she actually revealed where I work at. And they got another perp coming, walking slow. So they all trying to listen in. And he's making annoying sounds. Like walking like a very childish. It's ridiculous. Another fake ass helicopter flying right over me. They're trying to slow me up on purpose so that they can make my phone space bigger and store it in the come on, man. You hear it? Yeah, I was supposed to have done this video. Been over with this video within 15 minutes. But all these distractions and perping is taking twice as long. So also, and there he goes. He keep on walking back and forth. Pretending like he ain't listening. Then he raises his hand up and grabs and breaks off a branch from a tree. Like a freaking child. So, so yeah, that lady tried to deliberately and on purpose reveal where I work at and pretend like she just starting up a conversation with me, and then throw God in there and pretend like she's holy and Christian, and telling me that that she need to work on being more positive and trying to tell me that she need to work on being more positive and talking about God and all that. When like, out of all people, why you come start a conversation with me about where I work at? She tried to make it like as if she came too late and to do business there, and she also tried to tell me she need to work on procrastination. So back to this morning, the narcissistic big boss. Well, no, yesterday I'm getting all kind of mixed up because I'm getting so distracted. So even yesterday, that one of the narcissistic know-it-all coworker, she yesterday she tried to play boss, and everybody was looking at her like she was crazy because she was one of us, but she figured that she got the authority of the boss just because she worked there before. Just because she worked there before, she act like she think that she got the authority of the boss. That we always got that bossy, nosy coworker, the meddlesome, bossy coworker who act like they think that they're the manager. Just like you always got that narcissistic neighbor who act like they think that they got the authority of the landlord. So look, more perps coming. Where y'all come from? So they got these perps walking by, talking really loud, and they're not walking fast enough away from here. So so yeah, that girl yesterday was trying to play boss, and everybody was looking at her like something was wrong with her, But that lady, I guess she tried to do direct the conversation at me. Like she walked up to me and she was talking. She's like, "Oh, I see you on the phone." I'm like, "No, I ain't on the phone." She's like, "Oh, well, you look. I see you looking at me like I'm crazy." I'm like, I'm not really looking at you like you're crazy, but I'm sitting here trying to figure, are you a perp or not? I'm talking about a different person. I keep on going. I'm sorry, I'm going back and forth because I keep getting distracted. But the perp lady in the red dress just now was, saying, "Oh, you're looking at me like I'm crazy," or she tried to ask me about being on the phone and say, "Oh, well, you're looking at me like I'm crazy," whatever. But everybody was looking at that girl like she was crazy yesterday. So the narcissistic boss manager, paired me up with the know-it-all bossy girl, and the music was too loud and distracting me from being able to concentrate. And the girl tried to act like she thinks she got the boss's authority to try to tell me about my earbuds. That ain't your place or authority to tell me about my earbuds. And then she tried to come to find out she was 10 years younger than me. That girl. And so this is where, the workplace mobbing on freaking temporary. So she tried to forcefully order me to go and tell the boss. It's like she wanted me to go and tell on myself. Like she tried to forcefully order me to go and snitch on myself and tell on myself. And try to tell me, go and make sure and tell the boss that you have the headphones because, you can easily be sent home and this and that or whatever. Come on, man. I'm not trying to wait till later to finish telling this fucking story. More planes. Look, y'all, I'm going to have to go. I'm going to finish telling y'all later on what happened. Because it's too much noise, too much distraction. Look, another fucking fake-ass perp helicopter. I got to go, y'all.